My dear learners, now I am going to take my class on another punctuation mark, that is comma. Okay, my dear learners, from this class you will be able to know about comma, where to use comma and when to use comma, and the sign of comma. Okay, my dear learners, what is comma? Comma is a punctuation mark that appears in several variants in different languages. Comma is used in many contexts and languages, mainly to separate parts of sentences such as clauses and items in a list, mainly when there are three or more things or items listed. Okay? My dear learners, now I would like to discuss where to use comma and when to use comma in sentences. Rule number 1. Use a comma to separate items in a series of three or more things. To separate items in a series of three or more things. Example, I bought potato and pulse. In this example, I bought two items, potato and pulse. So, comma is not placed here. Okay? Potato, pulse, two items, and okay, which is joined by a conjunction and. Example 2. The boy was handsome, tall and strong. In this case, in this example, there are three items: handsome, tall, strong. Okay? So, after handsome, comma is placed and last two is joined by a conjunction and. Okay? 3. Example 3. I bought potato, pulse, oil, salt, chilies, onion and garlic. In this example, there are a series of three or more things. So, after every item, comma is placed and last two is joined by a conjunction and. Okay? My dear learners, in this case, if there are three or more things, a series of three or more things, then after every items, comma will be placed and last two items will be joined by a conjunction and. Rule number 2. Use a comma to separate independent clauses or complete thoughts when they are joined by the following conjunction: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. FANBOYS. Okay, my dear learners. You can say also abbreviation FANBOYS. F is for, A is for and, N is for nor, B is for but, O is for or, Y is for yet, S is for so. Comma comes before the conjunction. Okay? Example, I want to quit my job, but I need the money. My dear learners, in this case, before conjunction, comma is not placed and so this sentence is incorrect. Example 2. I want to quit my job, but I need the money. In this case, the sentence with comma is correct before conjunction but. In this example, there are two independent clauses or complete thoughts. Number 1, I want to quit my job. 2, I need the money. Both clauses are complete thought or independent clauses. These clauses are separated by a comma before the conjunction but, because they are joined by a conjunction but. Okay. More example. I am really tired today, so I am not going to school. The weather was rough, yet we went out. We can play final match on Friday, or we can arrange a picnic. It was raining, so I took an umbrella. He is good at playing, yet he prefers reading novels. Rule number 3. Use a comma to separate a dependent clauses. Dependent clause means incomplete thought from an independent clauses. Independent clause means complete thoughts. To separate dependent clause from independent clause. Okay. Example. If you come, I shall go. In this case, in this example, there are two clauses. If you come and I shall go. If you come is dependent clause and I shall go is independent clause. That means complete thought. Okay, my dear learners. So, to separate dependent clause from independent clause, comma is placed before independent clause. Okay, more example. When I grow up, I want to be a teacher. Since he is ill, he cannot join the meeting. Okay. In this case, last two example, there are also two clauses. First one is dependent clause and last one independent clause or complete thought. Rule number 4. Use a comma to separate any word or phrase from the rest of the sentence that is not essential to the sentence meaning. Example. Mr. Nurul Karim, who is 50, teaches English. In this example, Mr. Nurul Karim, who is 50, who is 50 is not essential part to the sentence meaning. Mr. Nurul Karim teaches English. This is correct and important and bears complete thought. Okay, my dear learner. So, who is 50 is not essential part to the sentence meaning. More example. Masum, my younger brother, lives in Dhaka. Fresh food items, especially fruits and vegetables, are good to eat on a daily basis. Hamlet, which was written by William Shakespeare, is a great tragedy. Okay, my dear learners. Rule number 5. Use a comma to separate a question from the rest of the sentence. Use a comma to separate a quotation. Extremely sorry. Use a comma to separate a quotation from the rest of the sentence. Example, he said, I am in. The teacher said, read attentively. When you leave the room, my mother told, turn off the lights. My dear learners, note, if a quotation ends in a question mark or exclamation point, don't use comma. Example, how are you? He said to me. Okay? This quotation, how are you, is a question sentence. So, comma is not placed here. My dear learners, rule number 6. Use a comma to separate an introductory elements from the rest of a sentence. Use a comma to separate an introductory element from the rest of a sentence. Example, hey, how are you today? Sorry, I have not completed my homework. Yes, I know about the matter. Hello, where are you going? My dear learners, in these examples, the firstly of the sentence introductory elements, and to separate the introductory elements from the rest of the sentence, comma is placed after introductory elements. Hey, sorry, yes, hello. Okay.